Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Continuing in volume 2 of Riyadhus Saliheen, book number 8, the book of virtues, chapter 213, the excellence of optional prayer during Ramadan, Tarawih. Narrated Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he who observes optional prayer, i.e. Tarawih, throughout Ramadan, out of sincerity of faith and in the hope of earning reward, will have his past sin pardoned. Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Narrated Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to urge the people to offer Tarawih prayer at night during the month of Ramadan. He did not order them or make it obligatory on them. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever offers Tarawih prayer at night during the month of Ramadan with faith and in the hope of receiving Allah's reward will have his past sins forgiven. Muslim. This hadith highlights the following points. 1. Qiyam in the month of Ramadan is a much stressed act and has great importance from the viewpoint of reward and award. 2. The sins which are pardoned through it are minor sins because major sins are not forgiven unless one makes sincere repentance and compensate those whom he has wronged. 3. The Qiyam during the month of Ramadan was the practice of the Prophet ﷺ. During the course of a Ramadan, he made Qiyam for 3 nights consecutively. That is, he offered this Nafil Salah in congregation with his companion. On the 4th night, when his companion gathered for the purpose, he said to them, I am afraid it will be made obligatory for you. So, in spite of their desire to join him in offering prayer, he did not lead the Salah that night. How many rakat did he offer in congregation in these 3 nights is a pertinent question here. According to a hadith, their total comes to 11, 8 rakats and 3 witr. Thus, the masnoon number of rakat of Qiyam Ramadan is 11. 4. This Nafil Salah has been interpreted in a hadith as Qiyam Ramadan. Later on, they were named Tarawih. Tarawih is the plural of Tawiha, since the companions of the Prophet ﷺ and the successors to the companion used to make a lengthy Qiyam in them, and they would take rest after offering every 4 rak'ah. This is how these came to be named Tarawih, rest prayer. 4 rakat are called Tawiha. 5. Tarawih are in fact Tahajjud prayer. For the sake of convenience and benefit of the maximum number of people, it is offered in the month of Ramadan soon after Isha prayer, along with the latter, which is the early time for Tarawih prayer. 6. That the Tarawih were offered in congregation is established from the conduct of the Prophet ﷺ. He led this Salah on the 23rd, 25th, and 27th of Ramadan. During his Caliphate, Umar radiyallahu anhu started it again and ordered Ubay bin Ka'b and Tamim ad-Dari to offer them in congregation. He enjoined them to offer 8 rakat Tarawih and 3 rakat witr. This practice has been going on ever since. 7. Some people say that offering Tarawih in congregation is a bid'ah, a heresy or innovation in religion, because it was introduced in the reign of Umar radiyallahu anhu. But this is not correct, because it is established that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not continue it out of fear that it will be made obligatory. Otherwise, he would have carried on with it. When the fear that this practice be made obligatory was over, Umar radiallahu anhu gave it the form of a nafil prayer and revived the mode of offering it collectively, and thus fulfilled the desire of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In spite of all these facts, it is still permissible for one to offer Taraweeh individually in the late hours of the night, since ordinary people are not capable of offering it individually. The step taken by Umar radiallahu anhu is perfectly correct. If this is not done, the majority of the people will be deprived of the blessing and reward of Qiyamul Layl, which will be a great deprivation indeed. 8. 20 rakat tarawih is not confirmed from any authentic hadith, nor its ascription to Umar radiallahu anhu is proved from any reliable mutasil hadith. A claim has been made in a Munqati disconnected narration that in the days of Umar radiallahu anhu, people used to offer 23, 20, 36, and 40 rakat of Taraweeh, out of which one can at best infer the justification for more than 8 rakat nafil prayer. Even then, the Masnoon Taraweeh will be 8 rakat only, and more or less than that will be Ghair Masnoon. 9. In Taraweeh, that is Qiyam Ramadan, lengthy Qiyam is Masnoon, but it must be borne in mind that the Noble Quran must be recited according to the principles of Ilm al-Tajweed, which clear and distinct voice at a slow pace. Many of the Qur'an or reciters of Quran recite so fast that it is hard for one to understand, let alone concentrate on what is being recited. Such recitation is a means of retribution rather than reward. A new system is now in vogue. According to this fashion, the whole Quran is finished within a few days, and 8 to 10 parts of it are recited daily in Taraweeh. There are hundreds of thousands of people in the audience. After listening the Noble Quran for a few days, these are people console themselves that they have heard the entire Quran in Taraweeh and are now free to pay full attention to their business to make the best of the Eid season. They do not care to know whether the Qari is reciting the Quran or something else. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
If the evidence is that our Prophet did mostly 8 rakah, how did in Masjid al-Haram and Masjid al-Nabawi they pray 20 rakah? How did it come about?
Because the human being like me and you, they are not authority. The authority is the action of the Prophet and what been confirmed from the Sahaba. Any other institution, government, countries, it doesn't institute what is right, what is wrong. I'll give you an example. I remember when I used to live in Medina, they used to call the adhan about 4 or 5 times for each adhan. That means Dhuhr time, they used to have 4 or 5 mu'adhin in each one of the minarets. So this one would say Allahu Akbar, the other one repeat, like this, and after the Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, they go Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And this used to be going, and when I went there, you understand, I was about maybe 19 years old, 20 years old, and I acknowledge that this is not the sunnah, this is not even practiced by anybody other than, but so you can see a lot of things. You go in Azhar as example, in one of the biggest masajid, you found they have a person sitting on a chair in the middle of the mosque in Jum'ah, reciting Quran, loud voice, everybody listening. This is not. So all this big institution, you understand, you could not view it as authority for what is right, what is wrong. They're human beings, they can make mistakes. Okay? So we always refer to what Allah said, what the Prophet said. How did the Sahaba follow? So other than this, we don't pay attention to what the people doing. This is the safe and the correct way. Allah knows best.